Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Alex. Huge thanks to Alex and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Alex reached out asking for a Landfall deck led by Dakon Blackblade, and I was more than happy to build it. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Dakon Blackblade is a 6-mana legendary human warrior with power and toughness equal to the number of lands we control. The interesting thing about this deck is that it is a landfall deck without green, so we won't be cultivating or using Azusa to play multiple lands per turn. We'll have to come up with some shenanigans to help us win the game. If we're lucky, maybe an infinite combo involving landfall triggers. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is always innovating, and recently they've unveiled their new Druidic Secrets boulders. Turn your deck box into a mystical place. These gorgeous boulders come in a variety of colors and patterns, like this orange-colored one with a curious arcane summoning circle emblazoned on the front. Protect yourself from extraplanar entities and your cards with the new Druidic Secrets boulder. Pick one up from your local game store or one from Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lanes and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. In addition to streaming on Twitch, I will be dual streaming on a new YouTube channel as well. Check out Gaming with Danon if you want to catch me live. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Polluted Delta, Flooded Strand, Marsh Flats, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Rafine's Tower, Hallowed Fountain, Godless Shrine, Morphic Pool, Sea of Clouds, Vault of Champions, Myriad Landscape, Azorius Chancery, Dimir Aqueduct, Orzhov Basilica, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, Bojuka Bog, Field of the Dead, 3 plains, 3 snow-covered plains, 3 islands, 3 snow-covered islands, 2 swamps, and 2 snow-covered swamps make up the land base for our deck. Yes, we're once again splitting our basics between snow-covered and non-snow-covered in order to help trigger Field of the Dead. Might not be necessary in a 3-color deck, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, Solemn Simulacrum, Wayfarer's Bauble, Burnished Heart, Walking Atlas, Core Cartographer, Dreamscape Artist, Deep Gnome Terramancer, Knight of the White Orchid, Loyal Warhound, Smothering Tithe, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and Chromatic Lantern help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Emeria Shepherd, Ior Ruin Expedition, Mysteries of the Deep, Seer's Sundial, Trove Warden, Sun Titan, Factor Fiction, Profane Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Seagate Restoration, and Rhystic Study help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Admonition Angel, Guardian of Tazim, Ashiok Dreamrender, D-Spark, Void Rend, Fracture, Mortify, Dovin's Veto, Negate, Counterspell, Swords to Plowshares, Commit Memory, and Teferi's Protection help to keep our opponents in line. Dam, Cyclonic Rift, and Farewell help us to reset the board as needed. Dakon Shadowslayer, Bloodghast, Emeria Angel, Felidar Retreat, Obnixilis the Fallen, Retreat to Coralhelm, Retreat to Emeria, Retreat to Hagra, Royal Elemental, Canyon Jerboa, Prowling Felidar, and Ruin Ghost make up the core of our deck and how we plan on winning. To protect our commander and various other pieces, we're also running Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots, Blackblade Reforged, Goldforged Thopteryx, and Malakir Rebirth. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 56 mana sources split between 39 lands, 15 pieces of ramp, and 2 MDFC. Heavy, I know, but we're a landfall deck, so it's to be expected. 12 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 4 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory, Ashiok Dreamrender, Farewell, and Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Retreat to Coralhelm. Okay, so Retreat to Coralhelm doesn't exactly win us the game on the spot, but if we have a bounce land in hand and a Walking Atlas on board, we can generate infinite landfall triggers. We can tap Walking Atlas, placing the bounce land from our hand onto the battlefield. This puts 2 triggers on the stack, the bounce land trigger and the landfall trigger from Retreat to Coralhelm. The bounce land trigger targets itself, returning itself to our hand, while the Retreat to Coralhelm trigger targets Walking Atlas, untapping it. Now, this doesn't win us the game by itself, of course, but if we have any of our numerous other effects like Obnixilis the Fallen, Retreat to Hagra, or even Admonition Angel, we basically win the game on the spot. Do you have a landfall deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Midge, Alex, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, Ignis, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, and Brock. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.